manages to track it down. James on the drive.
Look at the air. Look at the hang time. Look at the flying motion.
Phoenix has to foul. And a pinnacle ball throws it down. And a foul.
Benitez control his emotions in what's been a very emotional week.
It's not. Oh! Charlo just dropped Lubin. Jermell Charlo has just vanquished Erickson Lubin.
And I killed him for the bread.
I'm pound for pound the baddest man throwing down.
Right.
Praise be to Allah.
Yo, can y'all hear me? I'm all good now, man. Been a minute, man. I'm back on this shit, man. I'm at work right now. Look, man, I don't like none of this shit that's going on, man. I don't like what I'm hearing from you guys about this fight. Look, man, my stance is the same stance it was a year ago, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go over there and sub to my Boxaholic channel where I broke it all down, man. This fight is not some shit I want to see, man. I'm keeping it a buck with you, man, but you know, I got reasons for what my breakdown is, and obviously who I think gonna win and all that type shit, man. But this fight right here is garbage, man. This Canelo and Bud, man, we hyping this up all to be disappointed in the end, man. It's not gonna be the fight that y'all think it's gonna be, man. You know, I'm rooting for Bud. I want Bud to win, but I'm a guy who's not going to ignore logic, man. I'm not going to ignore logic, man. I'm not going to ignore all the signs that's in my face, man. I'm just not one of those fans. I'm a fan that's going to be objective and be honest, man. And that's what real fans do, not fanboys. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of boxing first. And at the end of the day, this is not a fight that's a very smart or wise decision on Bud's part from a safety standpoint. You know, and that's crazy. This is the sport of boxing. Saying safe is crazy, but this is not. He's putting himself in a very dangerous situation going up against what he's going up against. Not just, oh, he's in there with Canelo Alvarez, just the weight disparity the weight disadvantage he's putting himself in, and, you know, being on the layoff and being at an older age and not being the fighter that he once was. Those are things is just no path to real victory. I see. You know, the only way that Bud wins this is if he's dominant, and I don't think he's gonna have a dominant performance in this fight. I think he's gonna struggle quite a bit. You know, I think he's gonna be in a very bad situation. And I've seen this happen with, you know, Jermell Charlo. I made a video breaking down why I think Jermell doesn't have much of a chance, and people were scolding me then and saying I didn't know anything I didn't know what I was talking about with Jermell Charlo. And I seen Canelo go in there. He didn't sit down a single round in the corner, and he smoked him. You know, and a lot of people, they had their assessment of the fight with Canelo as being Jermell has a chance because of Canelo's previous performances. You know, and those were against guys who are bigger than Canelo. You know, when you're punching on the bigger target, you're more liable to get tired. He'll be punching on the smaller target like he did against Jermell Charlo. And you see he didn't have any cardio issues fighting a smaller fighter than Jermell Charlo. This will be more the same. I think he'll look quite similar to how he looked in the Jermell Charlo fight. And Terrence Crawford's no Jermell Charlo, but he's a significantly smaller fighter than Jermell Charlo. And I just don't see him having this performance that you guys think he'll have. I just don't see it. This is not the same Terrence Crawford, and he won't be the same Terrence Crawford fighting for his first time at 168, where he fought his first fight at 154, and he looked pretty average, bro. And not just because he didn't get the stoppage. That's a narrative that's going around. No, you know, there's a way where he could have looked spectacular and went 12 rounds. He didn't look spectacular in the last fight and go 12 rounds. I think on multiple of the judges' scorecards, they had that fight 113, 115. That's the fight I watched. As many Bud Crawford fans who believe that it was wider than that, and I just don't agree with that. I think without a question he won, but I do believe that it was 113 fight because neither one of them really did much. And if I had to choose Crawford, he landed the more cleaner shots. You know, the shots with more oomph on it. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't see all of these scenarios in which people think Bud is gonna win. This outboxer Canelo thing. I think the biggest thing is that people are ignoring that his man is going to 168. How in the world do you think this guy's gonna just box for 12 rounds and have this amazing cardio? His cardio is gonna be I promise you, his cardio is gonna be the worst we've ever seen at 168. That's something that's expected. This is not a way, bro. This is not a way he's even used to. See, I expected all of this shit that we never seen, bro. At 154, he was huffing and puffing, bro. That think at 168 for the first time, he not gonna huff and puff. He not gonna be tired. And yes, oh yeah, Canelo, we know he has stamina. Like I said, he's not fighting a fighter where the guy's bigger than him. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna challenge him, push him back, all the things that would make Canelo be or get fatigued. Crawford is smaller than him. I don't care what you guys talking about height and all that shit. It's not a height class, it's a weight class, dude. It's a weight class, not a height class. Because Terrence Crawford, if you been watching him his entire career or from the beginning of his career, he started at 135 pounds, bro. Canelo Alvarez started fighting. He started his professional career at 147 pounds. That right there should end the conversation of who's bigger or are they equivalent in size, because they're not. Canelo's the bigger fighter. We need to get this out the way. I don't understand this delusion. That's I don't understand it. I don't understand it. So at the end of the day, we need to be real with ourselves, because you got people betting 10K on Terrence Crawford, man. Come on, man. Let's come on, man. Come on, man. I am very fearful for Terrence Crawford, bro. I know that shit sound crazy, whatever. I don't care. I'm not scared to say what I say and say it how I mean it, bro. Because I watched him a couple days after the Errol Spence fight say how he has no desire to fight Canelo Alvarez, and that fight is way out of his realm because of the size, bro. And whoever got in his ear convinced him that, whatever the case, and now he wants this fight, and now he's trying to make himself believe. He's listening to shit that he never let the people influence him to do anything. Now you got people influencing him to go and push up against Canelo. He like, oh, I wanted to push up against you to show that I'm not scared of you. That's very sus, man. You that bothered by what people saying? You got to prove to them that you're not scared of them at a press conference, pushing them back. This is uncharacteristic for this man, bro. Very uncharacteristic. Canelo arms are dense. The way he trains, his body is stunning, thumping punches. I just realized why he is successful at beating up big dudes. His defense and dense body and thumping power. Look, I'm not, I'm not. I really have no desire to hype up Canelo, but I will speak the truth as it pertains to any fight that is of this magnitude involving him. Bro, this nigga not know. Like, I know y'all looking at his last performances and stuff, but bro, I'm telling you, I watched this shit happen with Jamel Charlo. Or a lot of you niggas, man, was saying, "Oh, Jamel got a chance." Yes, I remember. Y'all niggas gonna deny it now because he got smoked for 12 rounds. But y'all were telling me Jamel got a. Even Jamel was saying what he gonna do. He gonna move more than what's his name? Caleb Plant, he gonna move more than him. Canelo throwing the same punch. All this shit he was saying. Canelo throwing the same punches and blase squad, and he got smoked, beat up, embarrassed for 12 straight rounds, bro. That's exactly what happened to him, bro. Believing in the bullshit, bro. Okay, he looked like trash against John Ryder. He looked like trash against whoever else before Jamel Charlo. And what happened to Jamel Charlo? Okay, now Canelo looked trash against William Skull. He looked horrible. He looked disgusting. And now based off of that, I think, yeah, Terrence Crawford gonna go in and beat him based off of that. But we ignore the Madrimon fight and we attribute all of that. We attribute the, I guess, quote unquote difficulty, or attribute the way the fight went to Madrimon's style. He moved a lot. Well, y'all told me that same style was going uh uh That same style was why he's gonna beat Virgil, and we know Virgil is not really good at going up against quote unquote boxers, movers, and he smoked him. So why did Terrence Crawford have difficulty with it? If Terrence Crawford has more skill set and more ring intuition and ability than Virgil Ortiz, which I believe he does, why did Virgil, who is not good with movers, smoke Madrimov and Terrence Crawford didn't? If the reason why Terrence Crawford didn't get the stoppage or look dominant in that fight was because he's a mover, Madrimov's a mover. Kojo, what's good, man? Long time no hear, man. Look at Canelo's neck and his back. Y'all can tell he's heavy built. Bivol said that by Canelo hit harder than better be even spurts. Bivol said that Canelo. Yeah, man, and this is a guy, listen, man. This is a guy who been in there with a lot of the creme de la creme, a lot of them, man. He won some, he lost some. I can say whether they was in a prime or not. That's the facts. Terrence Crawford has faced no one of the magnitude of this dude. Well, we can actually say that Canelo has faced someone of the magnitude of Terrence Crawford. Not exactly, and he didn't beat this guy, but he faced a Floyd Mayweather and he got smoked for 12 rounds, undeniable. But Canelo's also faced a lot of guys who are very comparable to Terrence Crawford. And granted, they haven't accomplished the things he's accomplished because he's one of very few to accomplish the things he's accomplished. But Canelo's he's been in it with every style, man. He's been in it with every style there is, man. And this whole thing with the running and all that, I'm not into all that. But I do know if Terrence Crawford decides to battle it out with Canelo or fight his fight, it'll be disastrous for him. It's gonna be early, man. It's gonna be an early night. I hate to break it to y'all. I know y'all, you crazy, you smoking, no. Boy, not going out like that. He cut like that and all this some type of foolishness. I don't talk boxing like that. I do straight. Why this is gonna happen? When it's gonna happen? What made it? Why? What is the reasoning for? That's how I do my shit. I don't do. Oh, he just cut like that. That's why he going. I don't do that type of breakdowns, bro. That's not boxing talk, bro. No, it's abilities of boy why he will beat Canelo. Cooking with CRC. It's the bro. Let me tell you this. Y'all know the saying skills pay the bills? Guess what? Skills don't always pay the bills. Do y'all know that? Did y'all know that was a thing? Do y'all know that do y'all know that the more skillful fighter doesn't always win the fight? Did y'all know that? Did y'all ever hear that? So cooking with CR or Sir Senior, excuse me. So Floyd Mayweather is not comparable to Terrence Crawford? Let me hear you say that. Let me hear you say that. That was an experience that Canelo got. He got an ass. He got a schooling by Floyd Mayweather Jr. for 12 rounds. That was an experience that I would like to say he learned from. Because if we being quite honest, I don't think that Canelo, like people say, oh, he learned from the Floyd fight. He got better and against that style. No, I don't really believe that shit. I think he's a little bit of a different fighter from that fight. I see a lot of the same shit I seen in that fight and before that fight from Canelo. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those, whoa, he took from Floyd in that fight and he became it. Nah, not really. Nah, not really. You know what I'm saying? And when you say that, sir, I couldn't find a better word for what I was trying to say. Not necessarily that of his skill set, but I'm trying to say Canelo has fought like, what can I say? How can I say this? He's fought some really. How can I say this shit? I'm looking for the right words. Let's just say he fought some really great competition. That's what I want to say, right? Because he getting into the whole resume thing with Bud and all this type shit, and we know this is the longest tell ever with Bud. He beats these guys, knocks them off. Now they ain't nobody. Now they just completely just like the Spence fight don't mean nothing now because in everybody's mind, oh, he want this, he want that, and all this. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit, and it's sad to see. But that's what I mean. I mean, like Canelo has fought guys who are some of the best in the divisions at the time. Guys who are Hall of Fame. A lot of Hall of Famers he's fought. A lot of Hall of Famers he's fought. Like I said, we could talk about they with any prime or not. We could discuss that at another time because a lot of those guys were not in their prime, including Floyd, who smoked them for 12 rounds, 12-0. Let's remind y'all of that. And one of the judges gave it a draw. Let's talk about that as well. So again, why are you confident Bud will lose? I mean, is that a question? Like I don't understand. Like, all right, based off of logic, why does Bud win? What is in his favor that he gonna win? What? What? I understand that he's the more skillful fighter, bro, but that won't mean nothing on fight night, bro. Telling you, bro. There's dudes that I spar. It don't matter how more skilled I am. Them niggas is bigger than me, bro, and they got some skill of their own, and I can't do nothing with them because of that. Do we not understanding that? We thinking Canelo just not no skill, then he don't got no skills. Gonna go on there, get his ass whooped, but just he gonna carry the 168 weight good. He gonna walk on water and he gonna beat this nigga. I think Bud got a chance. If he could take a big shot from Canelo, and if he can get Canelo to respect his power, yeah, but that's a really big if, man. That's a tremendous big if, man. That's tremendous, Kojo. And I dropped the link if y'all want to come up. I got the let me drop it again. If you take Canelo power away, does Bud have a good chance? You see, we talking like that, right? You see, this is exactly why Bud doesn't win. Because we talking about if we take his power away, that's not nothing we can do. Like I already admitted that Bud is a more skillful fighter in my opinion. But like I said, I think weight at some point does matter, and in this fight, it's gonna matter. It's gonna matter. This is not like the Errol Spence situation. This is not like any other situation in his career. He's putting himself at a severe disadvantage, and we're ignoring it because of whatever. Maybe the fandom of him, maybe because we don't like Canelo. I don't know, but I'm not ignoring it. I'm not ignoring it, and I won't be one of those. And I hope you guys who are picking him are not gonna do what the Spence fans did and say all the shit that I was saying before the fight. I'm gonna say it after. Like I said, Errol Spence is not the same fighter. He's not this and he's not that. I said these things. I say y'all niggas is tripping picking how this nigga been looking. Y'all tripping picking him over Terrence Crawford. I warned these niggas. And I said he's gonna lose, and when he lose, y'all gonna come with this shit. And they came with the excuses, saying all the shit I was warning them about. Errol Spence got it, bro. Look how he looked against Ugard, bro. He got it, bro. He gonna crush. And then what happened? They saying the same shit I was warning them about. Those excuses, my nigga. Cause I warned you and you chose not to listen. Now you going with what I just told you prior to the fight. Now it matters because Errol Spence got his motherfucking ass whooped. And I made a mockery of all them niggas, man. Check out the series on my channel, man. Some of my best work. Walk on water, using Bible references to praise Canelo. Bro, when he lose, remember this comment. Bud could stop him in 11 with the right punch or out. Oh my God. Okay, brother. Okay. You can take a power. You can take a person power away or nullify it. You do know that, right? Let me ask you this. How exactly is Terrence Crawford going to nullify somebody's power, bro? Who power did he take away? Who power did he take away? I need to know this. And what power puncher did he fight of the magnitude of Canelo that he took their power away? Let me hear this. And another question: did you not see Terrence Crawford? Since we talking about Canelo's last performance, Spence don't he's not the level of puncher of like let's cut it out. Spence is an average. Not Spence. Spence he could punch. He could punch, but he's not the puncher of Canelo. He don't hit as hard as Canelo. Let's just move that out the way. And I don't really think Bud neutralized Spence's power. I just don't think Spence was the puncher that people were making him out to be. Spence is a fighter who breaks you down and shit like that, continuously hitting on you, breaking your will, all that type of shit. He wasn't able to do that to Bud, and he got his ass cooked. Did Bud take things away from him? Yes, he took away the jab. He took away the jab. We know that was one of the things in the game plan. Take away his jab, and everything after that gets predictable. We know he lunging in. We know he coming with the same shots. We know he coming with the overhand left. Shit like that. I was talking to the wife. Repeat what you said. I stepped out the room. Now I don't forgot already. I was saying. I think I said. What puncher of the magnitude of Canelo has Bud fought and he took away their power? He breaking faces. He just don't got skills like Canelo. I don't get what you're saying. I don't get what you're saying. He just don't got skills like that. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. He was breaking face. He's continuously hitting on them and shit. Putting everything in his shit. And a lot of that putting everything in his shit. He ain't drop him. You know what I'm saying? He didn't drop him. Canelo. We know he ain't stopped shit since Caleb Plant. But if he swing with all his might and he catch you flush, you going down to the canvas. We seen that, and we didn't see that in his last fight, but a lot of them before that, he put them niggas down at least one time. Big dudes we talking about too. Not no small niggas, man. You know? I just gotta call how it is. Y'all keep ignoring the match. Can y'all tell me about the Majimon fight, please? What happened there, man? And his first move up to his first fight at 154. And y'all told, look, listen, this is what y'all told me. Now, don't attack the messenger. Y'all niggas told me that Terrence Crawford was gonna easily become undisputed at 154 pounds, which I disagreed like crazy. Could he have become undisputed at 154? Yes, absolutely. But y'all niggas was talking about that shit was gonna be easy and nobody could do nothing with him. Not true. Not true. Not true. I don't live in that type of world that y'all live in, bro. I see styles. I've seen styles and things that weaknesses that Terrence Crawford have that at 154 he would not be able to get away with like he was at 147. Especially at the age that he's at. He's not gonna have the same reflexes that we've seen from him not 3, 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying? You don't think none of the fighters but spars and bro. You see, we talking about sparring, and I didn't say. And now you putting words in my mouth. Now me saying that me asking you what fight of the magnitude has Bud fought that has the power that Canelo has? Did he take that power away? Now you taking me asking you that you're saying, oh, now I'm saying he fought no fighter with power, and I did not say that. I said what fighter did he fight, basically that hits as hard as Canelo, and he took that power away from him. How did you get me saying? How did you take from that me saying that he fought no fighters with power? I don't understand that. You can't take somebody power. You can't take somebody power, but you can't take away someone power. Ask Muhammad Ali. You're gonna feel the power later. Nah, not easy. Canelo definitely ain't easy, but I got Crawford. His skills better. Yeah, his skills better, but skills don't always pay the bills, man. And when you going up against somebody who also has skill and they're significantly bigger than you, I don't like your chances, man. I don't. I don't. I'm sorry. I guarantee you this: Canelo will not execute half the feints and irky jerky movements Madrimov executed for, and that's cool, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Madrimov, he did all that bullshit, and he got a 115, 113, bro. A close fight, a close fight. You know what I'm saying? He can easily become undisputed at 154 even now, but because it isn't Charlo, they look, man. If you think he was gonna do that easy, that just lets me know, man. I don't know what to tell y'all, man. I don't know what about 154 would be easy for him, bro. If he had the performance that he had against a Madrimov who got smoked by a guy he had a favorable style against. Virgil Ortiz. Let's not forget what y'all was saying, and I'm not saying y'all in the comments. Let me remind y'all once again. Everybody looked at what he did to Terrence Crawford. Not did to, but whatever the fuck he was doing, because he didn't do shit. They looked at that and was like, wow, this guy's a mover. He's this and that. Virgil has issues with movers. Virgil's gonna lose. A lot of people that I talked with said he was gonna lose to that dude because he put up a great fight. Whatever, I don't even want to say that. He put up whatever effort he put up against Terrence Crawford. And niggas was hyping him up, talking about he the second best in the division after Crawford. Because Crawford didn't completely dominate him. That's the only reason that narrative started. And he went in there with Virgil and he got beat up. Beat up. You sound just like Earl Spence fans, man. Look, I don't got nothing to prove to you, man. You can check my channel, man. I'm a Terrence Crawford fan. I ain't got nothing to prove to you dudes in the comments, man. I'm biased, man. That's all. What's good, bro? Yo.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, what's up, bro?
You said what?
I said, what's up, bro?
What's good? What's good?
All right, man. I don't even get on panels no more,
It's
man.
all good, man. You here now. God
Yeah,
put you here for a reason, man.
most definitely. My thing is like, I look at this fight and I say, Canelo doesn't move how he used to move. He doesn't fight how he
Mhm.
used to fight, and
Right.
in some ways, Bud don't either. But
Right.
I'm looking at both of them and saying the reason why Bud doesn't do some of the stuff he used to do is because in his mind, he don't think he has to. Same thing about Canelo, but their reasoning is different. Canelo thinks he's so great that he don't have to. Bud knows that I just got to stop your best thing. And if I can stop your best thing, I can beat you because we're all creatures of habit. Canelo just think he bigger and stronger than everybody. And maybe he'll stop your best thing or not. Either way, he bigger and stronger. And that ego that which honestly, he'll probably lose for this fight. He'll lose some of that ego. You know, it might
You
not
think
be
so?
outwardly. I think he's really going to try his hardest, train his hardest, and probably give the best version of himself that he can grab, you know, with a clenbuterol steak.
That's
You know,
what you did there.
so
Right.
that's what I'm looking at. But if Bud stays smart and he fights how he knows how to fight, he'll win. Um, the issue is this: is obviously we know that you know there's cheating in boxing, there's cheating in life, and Bud being able to
Can I ask you a
overcome.
question before you finish? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Now we know Canelo's obviously a cheater. We've seen him in the past. He's cheating. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yep.
He fought Jamal Charlo, a guy he brought up in weight. He didn't pop dirty. He was tested for that fight. He smoked him. Why in this
Yeah,
fight where
Charlo
he's
didn't
fighting
start
a
a fight
guy?
though.
But that defeats the purpose. I'm not even talking about that. Let me bring that up. That has nothing to do with nothing. You talking about cheating? I'm addressing that. Right? In this
Mhm.
fight, I just don't see why. Maybe he will. Maybe he thinks Terrence Crawford is more of a threat than Jamal. I don't know. He would cheat
to beat a guy who's smaller than Jermell Charlo.
Because they're
I
not built the
just
same. Have
and
you
I
seen so for example, if you got a bobcat and you have a lion and you have a bobcat the same size or a little bit smaller than a lion, which one is more dangerous?
you hear me?
I heard you say, can you hear me?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, repeat that.
I said if you have a bobcat
Mm,
and you have a lion, they're both big cats,
mm.
but you get a bobcat that's just a little bit smaller than your smaller size regular lion. Which one is more dangerous?
Shit, I would say the lion. I don't know.
The bobcat, without question.
All right.
It's like a badger that's way smaller than a lion. They fight lions. They fight anything. That ability to fight and withstand punishment, no matter if you get hurt or not, no matter if you completely destroy them or not, taking that will to fight out of them is like, man, this thing just won't die.
Brother, can
That
I stop
is
you
a
again,
punch.
brother? Can I stop you again respectfully, man? Like, all this philosophy stuff that you're talking about, man, this is still not a breakdown on why Terrence Crawford will defeat this man, right? And I'm gonna let you go, right? Let me just say this: all of this tough shit that this shit is not gonna win Terrence Crawford this fight. This is trying to get his lick back shit. That's not gonna win in this fight. Even if he tries to box, I just find it very difficult at this age when I watched him on the back foot try to do that against Majimov for spurts, and he wasn't very active because, in my opinion, he was a little hesitant because of the feints that Majimov was throwing, and also because I felt like he felt Majimov had a little steam on his punches, just a tad bit enough for him to respect it, right? Going up from 154, now he's skipping 160 and on to 168 against Canelo, right? But we know he's gonna he's punching. He's punching. That's just gonna be a guarantee going in the ring. And he can take what Terrence Crawford is dishing. He can. I think it's safe to assume that based off of who he's been in there with and at the way he's been in there with them. Right? I just find it very difficult for me to believe that this will to win and all this shit is gonna prevail Terrence Crawford over this tall task, right? Well, I'm gonna let you finish and keep it a little short because I want Kojo to go. He just got on the panel. What's up, Kojo? All right, go ahead, finish, bro.
All right. So you saying that's philosophy. The mind is a big part of the fight. If you don't know that, then you don't really understand fighting. Your mind is the biggest part. That's how you win fights, is with your mind. I'm 5 foot nothing. I'm like 5'6" and some change. I'm real short. I haven't lost a street fight. I've only lost maybe 2-3 sparring in my entire life.
There's no losing in sparring,
was
brother.
bigger than me. I spar way people who was
There's
bigger
no
than me.
losing in sparring, brother. If you box before, there's no losing in sparring, brother.
What I'm saying is, sparring is, I mean, all the different types of sparring, from boxing, training, all different types of martial arts, all of that, and like I say, and fighting. A smaller person can beat a bigger person if their mind and body have the abilities, if they got the skills. Canelo just stands there and load up on punches. He doesn't do almost none of the great stuff he used to do before. He stand there, load up on punches, and he gets more frustrated way quicker and more consistently than he has in all the other years. If you count these last few years, his temperament is different. So his temperament being different is why I say that plus his physical abilities and the fact that I think that Bud it's not always the super biggest, strongest puncher who beats everyone. The quicker punches, the punches you can't see, the angles, the timing, that's what stops bigger people.
Oh my goodness. So did he look like all of that shit in his last performance? Did he look as quick and all this shit you talking about against Majimov?
Yeah, when he actually started fighting.
Oh,
if you actually break down the fight, I broke down the fight a bunch of times. If you break down the fight, and if you listen, he would have never got the Canelo fight if he would have went in there and steamrolled Madrimov. So he went in there
If you
saying,
believe so.
okay, well, can I take this dude punches and let me play around and make sure I get this check?
Oh, so that's what you. Oh, wow. Okay, so now you assuming. All right, yeah.
I'm not assuming
All right,
if you actually
all right.
listen to
All
the
right,
people
brother. Hold on. Let's
people
let
talk.
Kojo go. Let's let Kojo go. Kojo, go ahead. What you got on this, man?
Well, y'all can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Where, the odds are definitely against Crawford. It's an uphill battle, as you said. Everything you said was correct. So far, you told us that Crawford's a smaller man coming up, right? Crawford
Mhm.
was struggling with Madrimov. That one right there, I don't think he struggled with Madrimov, but he
Nah,
didn't beat
I
him in
don't think he
spectacular
struggled.
performance.
Nah. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't
Okay.
think he struggled. I just think it just wasn't a good performance in my opinion. It wasn't relative to
Mm,
his standards as well. I will say.
okay. So, that's definitely because one thing, okay, let's say on Crawford's side, one thing that I'm hoping he can do, right? His athleticism is crazy. We all know Crawford is crazy athletic. Now,
Hmm.
I still think Madrimov respected Crawford's power, but like I said, for me, the big
Yeah.
thing is if Canelo will respect his power, yo. This is like you said, Canelo got a big ass head, a big ass neck. He ain't never been dropped. So for him to respect Crawford's power, it's going to
Hmm.
take a lot. It's
Yeah, it
going to take a
is.
lot. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, people don't even know this. If you listen to that dude Andrew Huberman, he said it randomly one time on one of his podcasts. He's like a neuroscientist. He said gingers can take more pain than regular people. Look that stuff. Look it up. I ain't joking. Gingers can take more pain than regular people. That's why Canelo was just eating punches flesh. You know. So he got that going against him. And then once again, right? One thing I say though, Crawford got more heart than Charlo. At least I think he do. Right? I think he got more heart than Charlo. It's if Canelo
Yeah.
lands that big right hand on Crawford, how he reacts, that's gonna tell me how the rest of the fight's gonna go
Hey,
right
that
there.
that's I like that I like that. I like what you
But
said
no,
right there. I
it's
agree.
two things are gonna happen. Two things. Either Crawford's gonna persevere and outbox the shit out of him, or he's gonna get his ass knocked out. So
You there?
I don't know. I don't know. But the way and
Kojo,
this,
you there?
for me, yeah, I'm still here. I'm still
Can y'all
here.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. And I say this too, like I don't know what it is that got Crawford's team talking spicy, but Bo Mac talking about, yeah, he probably gonna stop Canelo later in the late rounds. Shakur talking about, oh, Crawford gonna beat him, it's gonna be easy. Maybe they know something we don't know. Like I
You?
said, so it's I want to see the fight. I want to see what Crawford can pull out. I just want Crawford to give a good fight. He don't even got to win. He just got to, give Canelo hell, and I'll be happy.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, yeah, you.
Yeah. What you were saying?
Well, I was just pretty much saying that. What was I saying?
You were saying that if he could take the right hand,
If you can take that first time he get flush hit with the shot, like
mhm,
Spence hit him flush hit with the shot, flush with the shot, and he was
and
like,
he
"Damn,
walked through
that's
it.
it, right?"
Yep.
But when Canelo hit him, it's gonna be how he reacts. That's gonna let me know how the fight gonna turn out. I said two things are gonna happen: either Crawford gonna outbox the shit out of him, or Crawford gonna get too crazy and get his ass knocked out.
I think I think just based off of because I've never really seen anybody with power that like Crawford respected like crazy, like, oh yeah, like now I gotta play it safe. Until I seen the Madrimov, I don't know. I do attribute some of that to the movement that he had and things like that, but I did see him catch Crawford flush a couple times and he did not like it. He wasn't just throwing caution to the wind. It took him
Mm,
some time to really do that. It took him
mm,
until I think the ninth round to like, you know what, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? He trying to put on a
mm.
show for the fans. He just said, fuck it, whatever. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. But he did show tremendous respect to Madrimal's power, whatever power it was. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
And I
okay.
think based off him showing me that, I will go with I think when Canelo does hit him and in the flush manner, I mean, I don't really think he'll like and I don't think it'll be wise for him to just go in there and like I'm not saying y'all saying this, but him to go in there and just like I guess stand in front of Canelo. That's not smart. This is not when Floyd fought him where it wasn't much of a weight disparity. You know what I'm saying? This is not that. This is
This is some crazy shit right here, right? You know what I'm saying? Like people talking this shit up, like, oh, this is gonna be this is one of the biggest fights we wanted to see. This. No, let's not rewrite history. Nobody even had this fight on their radar, bro, until
For
it got
sure.
announced.
For
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? Until it was brought up. I don't know who started this bullshit, but this now we want to see Canelo versus Benavidez, bro. I'm not gonna let people rewrite history. This fight is gonna be trash, my nigga. And I hope I'm wrong. And I really, from the bottom of my heart, I hope Terence Crawford could beat this clown. I really do. But this is some like weird shit. This man
But
is
yo,
obviously ducking Benavidez, and he fighting this man from 147, 154.
but that's what I'm saying though. For me, I hear all this, but the way Crawford, Bomac, Shakur Stevenson, all them dudes is talking crazy like Crawford about to whip this dude. No, Bomac said he gonna stop Canelo. I said, what? All right, let me
Look,
see
man.
this. I said, let me
Look,
see this
man.
then.
We'll see, man. We shall see, man. But for me, this is the cash grab, bro. I'm telling you, and I've heard this from somebody else, and this was even an own thought of my own, man. It's gonna be another one of these situations. I don't know if you guys remember what happened with Bubo Andre when he stepped up to 168.
Uh,
And this, mind you, this was just a weight class away. He stepped up to 168. He got smoked by David Benavidez. And after the fight, I tried. This not my weight class and all this shit. This is what we gonna get from Terrence Crawford. This is what we gonna get
fair,
from him after
fair
the fight.
point.
That shit gonna come up, man. That shit is
Fair
gonna come.
point.
I promise you, that shit gonna come up.
Yo, what
Fair
up? What
point.
up, bro?
But I'm gonna stop Canelo. What's good, man? That's my guy. This my guy. This my guy right here. He gonna stand on. He gonna stand on what he say. What's
Oh
good, man?
yeah,
What you got?
yeah.
What you got?
What's up, bro? I know you got Canelo winning this fight. You've been saying that before it was announced,
And
but
before, hold on. And before you go, bro, gonna stop. Let these niggas know that what I'm saying is authentic. Bro. You know I'm riding. You know I'm riding. I'm like I said. I'm rooting for Bud for this shit. But you know I'm not gonna be. You know I'm gonna just give it how how I feel, bro. You know that.
yeah. You've been
This
saying
ain't
the
no
same.
this ain't no ill will. This ain't no nothing. This is just the same energy I gave for the Errol Spence versus Crawford is the same shit I'm coming with this shit. It's just I'm not gonna I like Crawford, so that's not what I'm on, bro. That's not what I'm on. I know I don't do that.
Yeah, but you know Bud he is not going for no cash grab, bro. Bud believes he can win this fight, and I believe so too. Like that's the kind of competitor that he is, and people doubting him. That's giving him more fuel to the fire. That makes him want to prove everybody wrong because they took all the credit away from him. In every fight that he fight, people discredit the win. So that's why he going for Canelo. This ain't about money. This is about him really believing that he can win this fight. And a lot of people wanted to see this fight ever since they was talking about Spence talking about he wanted to fight Canelo. He can go up and fight Canelo. That's what they've been talking about, Bud and Canelo. So it's not just all of a sudden this fight just popped up because my name been Bud Won't Stop Canelo since after the Spence win. So it's been at
Mhm.
least 2 years. So people been talking about this fight. A lot of people want to see it. It's a lot of haters that don't want to see it, but Canelo not fighting Benavidez. Benavidez chose to move up. That's on him, bro. So I respect
I
the two
don't
fighters
I don't
taking the fight.
necessarily think you hate it if you don't want to see it because I think, and I'm one of those people who are saying that I don't want to see it, and I think it's gonna age well when the conclusion of this shit happens. What
Yeah.
I'm saying comes true. I think me saying this now is gonna age very well. That I didn't want to see this bullshit. Cause I think it's not gonna be no better than than the Jamal fight. That's what I'm on, bro.
I
I
I think
understand. I understand. I understand the temperament of Terrence Crawford and all that is different. But when you're
yeah.
presented with something that you haven't seen in your entire career, all that can change in one fight, bro. Because it did with Jamel. We never see him shy away and not fight like that, and it happened, bro. Don't sit here. None of y'all sit here and tell me that you ever seen Jamel be scared and not fight back. We never seen that shit until we did. So
Nah,
that's very likely for a fighter in Terrence Crawford who we haven't seen him be presented with this type of situation before. And
yeah.
does that make him a bitch? Does that make him a pussy? No, it does not. Even though he's saying stuff that he's gonna do and all this shit, it could just not go his way. And he's even throwing that out there that hey, we'll see. Let's see if I carry the weight. Let's see all it. He's saying this himself. He's giving himself a 70% chance to win this fight.
Right, but we also seen Jamel run from Crawford. since before he fought Canelo.
Look, I'm not getting into all that. I'm not. I don't. Look, I understand what you're saying, but I don't see how you run from Terrence Crawford to fight Canelo. That don't even.
Because it was a money grab. All he did was
I
run
don't.
around the ring. What
Right,
he
all right.
blatantly
It was
said, all
all
I
right,
did
all
was
right, all right. I'm glad
survive.
you said that. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. Now, if Terrence Crawford goes in there and does something quite similar, would you call it a money grab then as well?
Yes, I
Yeah,
would say
yeah, I
that
would.
Bud
Okay,
is
all
a
right,
is a liar. That's not who he is. It's not how he is as a fighter. It's not what
all
he
right,
does in any type of ring at all. That's not his
all right,
personality. So he chose to get bought off, and Bud let himself be buy off by
all right,
Cinnamon. That's what
Charlo
right,
I'm going to say.
all right,
Charlo
all
lost
right.
the fight before the fight even started. He was in the
Mhm.
press conferences being polite and I'm happy to share the ring with a legend. And Bud ain't,
Mhm.
man. Now his mind state is completely different than Charlo. The first thing Charlo said when he won,
All
when he
right.
lost was, "At least I didn't get knocked out." That's
The
all he
most
cared about.
more
All right, all
likely
right,
what's
all
going to
right. You
happen
all right? Hold
is
up, hold up.
Bud is
You
going to
hold
go in
up,
there,
hold up, brother,
and
hold
if
up.
he gets
So
hurt
hold
or
up,
he
hold
feel
up, hold
he's
up. Hey,
losing,
brother, hold up. So Bud gonna stop Canelo. You
Yeah,
said that right? So
yeah,
all right, we paying attention to what people. Let me ask you this: are we paying attention to what these fighters are saying before the fight? Right? That's what you're telling me.
yeah.
Okay, so when Terrence Crawford 2 days after he destroyed, I mean annihilated Errol Spence, beat him to death. 2 days after that, right? Why did he say he has no interest in fighting Canelo because of the size? Does that not matter? Does that
Because
subconsciously in his? You think that's subconsciously not in his mind? He said the weight. I don't want to fight. I don't see myself fighting past 154. All those things are gonna come up after the fight if he loses to Canelo. Answer me that.
he didn't realize it wasn't just the weight. He taller than Canelo. He got more
Oh,
reach,
he
and
taller than Canelo. This shit. Oh God.
the dynamics of fighting Canelo is different than fighting Benavidez or Morrell. That's why Bud said he wouldn't fight those guys because they way bigger than
No,
him.
no, no,
But
no, 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 no,
Canelo
no, no,
is
no, no,
not
no,
that
no.
much bigger.
You're not gonna put the words. You're not gonna put he because he didn't mention those guys. He was specifically asked about Canelo, and that was his answer. I
Right, but
do
I'm
not see
saying
myself fighting Canelo because of the size. That's what he said.
after that, he realized that
Mhm,
the size is not such a big discrepancy as it would be
mhm.
against Benavidez. That's why he said he wouldn't
So
fight
wait,
Benavidez.
so when did he realize? Did he? I mean, when did he realize this? Because I don't think it would take him that long to realize this. Because
He
he been
realized
watching
it some
Canelo
months.
fight forever long.
Yeah,
He
but
ain't just know.
he
He didn't
realized
just
it
find
some
out
months.
Canelo the same height as him.
Look, he realized it. That's why he changed his mind about it. Like I could beat this dude
Oh, okay.
because of the
Oh.
skill gap, and that's what I feel like he
Mhm.
realized. So he's still not saying, "Oh, I'll fight Benavidez. I'll beat him," because those guys are way bigger. They 6 feet something, 84, some
Okay.
arm reach
All
and
right. All
everything.
right. And here's what. So right. So and look, I'm just fair with it, right? So Canelo, which I think he does, he should. Canelo should fight David Benavidez, which his reasoning for not fighting David Benavidez, right, is because David Benavidez is significantly bigger than him, right?
Well, that's not
Yeah.
what he
Yeah.
say, but
Right.
yeah.
Right. Hold on. No, no. He said because of the he rehydrates and all this bullshit, right? And he
Mhm.
gotta show me whatever the fuck that weird nigga saying, right? So where we want Canelo to fight this guy, right? Terrence Crawford. Why doesn't the same thing apply to Terrence Crawford if he going to 168? If that shit came up,
Terrence Crawford is a greater fighter. Terrence Crawford is the
so he
all-time
could
great.
beat so he could beat Canelo out there. But no, we don't want to. Nah, let's not. Nah, he ain't want to. He shouldn't fight David Benavidez. He way too big.
No, I'm saying he should have fought David Benavidez, but
Oh
he
my
avoided
god,
David
dude.
Canelo
Wait, you talking
avoided
about Canelo?
David
You talking about?
Benavidez. Yeah,
Okay, okay,
he
okay.
avoided David Benavidez. I'm not saying that he didn't, but Crawford is still a good fight for him to fight if you're not fighting Benavidez. Everybody else really ain't know none at
All right, so let me
162.
ask you this, brother. So how? All right, so how do you see this unanimous decision, stoppage? How do you see this?
I see a TKO stoppage by Bud,
A,
and
a,
I've been
T,
saying that.
a TKO stoppage.
Yeah,
So, all right, let me get this straight. Perfect, right? So, Terrence Crawford in his first fight, 154, he didn't stop matching him. Okay, cool. We got that right there.
yeah,
Canelo, right? He, uh, you know, it's not really much we can go off of. The nigga been looking like absolute trash, I will say, right? Went in there with David Benavidez, came out hot in the first 4 rounds, dropped him, whatever, and it looked like trash following that. Okay, cool. This last shit
Wait,
is nothing to
what you
speak
mean?
about. He
What you
was
mean,
god awful.
Berlanga? You mean Berlanga?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Um, who did he fight before? But Jaime
Munguia.
Munguia again
Yeah.
came out hot first 4 rounds, dropped him trash after that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Before that, who did he fight? That was Jamel he fought, right?
Yeah.
Jamel smoked his boots. You know what
He
I'm
hit him
saying?
with everything he had, everything he hit him with everything in the book, and still didn't stop.
Yeah, but that's the same, this the thing about the running shit, yeah, that's what I said Majimov did. That's why he ain't get stopped. So maybe that's what happened. Because we like to say that shit. Oh, he ran, so that's why he ain't get stopped. Whatever that is. I don't get into all that. Nigga, you in the ring, you make him stop running. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing. So yeah, he smoked his boots. A smaller fighter, he did what he needed to do. I'm not gonna lie, man. This is a tell. Since this nigga's been doing this shit, dragging fighters up, he smoked them, man. I'm be honest. Know what I'm saying this will just be if with this Bud shit, Bud gonna have to he gonna have to show me, man, because I'm just going with logic. I'm not going with for this man to have never been stopped. And this is the first time for everything. For us to say that he gonna get TKO'd by a man and Terrence Crawford, who's a tremendous, legendary fighter, right? Who's moving up and putting himself at a severe disadvantage. He will have to be, if he does this, like I say, he's the GOAT, in my opinion. Nobody can argue me different. This is how much of a disadvantage this shit is, and this is how much that context will make him the GOAT for me.
Uh-huh. And
But
Canelo, like people said, oh, Canelo gonna stop Bud. He's too much size and all that, but
mm,
Canelo haven't got to stop it since Caleb Plant, and more importantly, he haven't got to
mm,
stop it since his hand surgery after the Caleb Plant
mm.
fight. So I believe
so
that his power is not even the same as it was during
so
Caleb Plant
oh
fight
wow.
before.
Okay,
Yeah.
look. So it matters that it matters that Canelo hasn't got a stoppage and however many fights, but it doesn't matter that Terrence Crawford in his first fight at 154, his power didn't look the same.
But he was on a
But he's
6 year
gonna get a
knockout streak
TKO.
before that,
No, I
and
don't care about that. That's why I didn't bring that up because he was at a new weight at 154 and his power did not look the same. It doesn't matter what happened prior.
and
It does
okay,
not
look,
matter.
but I believe it's his first fight at 154, and
hmm
like I believe the gloves had something to
Oh,
do
the
with it too. Like
gloves.
he
Oh,
had
okay.
Grant gloves, which is
Right,
not puncher's gloves. He didn't have his normal gloves.
right,
He had
right,
Majimov gloves,
right,
so I feel like that
right,
played a role in it.
right.
But
That played a role
Majimov's
into it.
style,
Right.
Majimov's style is what prevented him from getting knocked out, and especially the last 2 rounds when his coach told him
Mm,
to keep moving around. You don't want to get knocked out by this guy. So
right,
that's what has something to do with it. But
right,
Canelo was not
right.
the same as Majimov.
Okay, all right. All right, right. Oh yeah, and shout out to you in the comments, JB. I hope you're still listening. Look, man, this is easy work, man. I'm glad you fellas came up here. With the exception of Kojo, man, you other two brothers, man. I'm school y'all, man. This all love too, man. Man,
I don't see how you schooling me. You every time I
y'all
start talking, you
just,
tell me shut up. Respectfully.
y'all just drink. Look, I'm gonna let you go, brother. If I'm doing that, my mistake. You know what I'm saying? My mistake. I don't intend to do that. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this, y'all. I feel like y'all just believing in it. Y'all drinking the Kool Aid, man. Y'all drinking the Kool Aid. Y'all falling for it, and I hope y'all here because I will be going live after that fight. I'm not going live during the fight.
Hey,
I just can't put myself through that anxiety. I just don't want to. I will watch. If it get to a point where I can't watch no more, I'm turning it off. I will not hesitate to turn that bullshit off. I will not. You know what I'm saying? That is if it's going the way that I think it's gonna go. Now, if it's going the way that I don't think it's gonna go, oh yeah, I'm watching. Trust me, and I will scream from the mountaintops that I was wrong. Trust me, because I want to be wrong, but I don't think I will be.
I think this gonna age like your classic video of the people doubting Bud, and
I
then
hope it does.
after the fight have a different opinion, man.
I hope
Yeah,
it does. And look, and I promise you this, boy, I'm gonna start Canelo. You listen, I promise you this.
yeah.
I got this video up. If I'm wrong, I'll do what I did to them niggas. I will fucking clip myself up saying, I promise you that. That's my word. I will clip myself up saying what I'm saying now and make myself look like a fool if he proves me wrong. I will. Trust me.
I for sure. And I got a bunch of clips of the dudes picking Canelo too, man. I already got it
Now,
set up.
now, here's another promise I got for you. Cause I'm fair, bro. I don't care who it is, man. I don't, nigga. I don't sugarcoat it for my mom or my daddy. Why would I sugarcoat it for a nigga I don't know? Why? If Terrence
Yeah,
Crawford goes in there and what happens, what I think is gonna happen to him happens to him, I will clip up all of the niggas that's gonna come with the excuses for why he got his ass whooped by Canelo. I will make a whole series on that. Yeah,
yeah. You know,
that will come out. That will come out.
we don't make excuses as Bud fans. We never
Oh,
had
no,
to.
no, no,
We
no,
be
no, 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 no.
undefeated.
Don't no. Speak for yourself, because I hope you don't do it. Because if he loses, I hope, and I don't think you will, but I really hope you're not one of those dudes who, man, we knew he was smaller, man. Man, Canelo a bitch, man. We knew that was going. I hope you're not, and I know you're not gonna be. But for the
Yeah,
other niggas, because don't speak for them, because they're gonna do it. I promise you, they're gonna do it. These
yeah,
niggas are gonna be the Spence fans. They're gonna beat them. I'm telling you, the niggas that they was laughing at how is gonna be the Spence fans turn to laugh. Watch. And because Bud put himself in this predicament, that is gonna be a reality, bro.
yeah. I
Look,
can't
I'm
wait
just
to
speak. Look,
September.
look. Just the same way I was trying to warn the Spence fans. I'm telling y'all here, and my own Bud Crawford fans are not listening to me because I'm picking against him.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's gonna be a sad tale, man. It's gonna be a sad ending to because he's gonna retire after this. He told my retirement already. That's another thing that y'all not paying attention. We know when fighters talk about retirement, it's not a good sign, bro.
Okay, Canelo's talked about retirement. What
Okay,
of the top fighters haven't talked about retirement? You just made a point of when they talk about retirement, it's not good. Okay, Sean Porter talked about retirement before he even fought Spence. He actually came back even after that
did he
and said
did
he
he
was
did he
more
did he did,
retired when he fought Spence than he was
did
when he was fighting Bud.
Yeah.
okay? So when he fought Bud, what happened? Did he fight after that?
Now
No,
Bud
who
retired him
fights
though.
right away after fighting Bud? Don't
If
worry,
he
I'll wait.
if
That's
yeah, if he,
I have no answer for that. So you ain't gonna get an answer. I'm just saying. Did he fight after that though? Is what I'm saying. Did he fight after that, or did he retire?
No,
Like I
he
said.
got sent back to the Porterway
Okay.
podcast. Like I said, like I
He,
was one
he,
of the
he got,
only people to say it. Bud's going to stop him.
no,
no, you
I
weren't one
bet
of the
it
only
too.
people to say it because I
I,
made a
I
I was
breakdown
bet
of why
one of
that
the
was gonna
only
happen.
people to say
I,
it.
I
If you
bet
You
said
BS.
it
know.
or
Look,
10 other
hey,
people said it, I was one of the
Mm.
only people.
I bet
That's why I say I ain't
There
say I
was
was
a
the
no.
first.
It was a lot of people.
You just
You
want
right.
to
You right.
argue like that's why you got the icon up that you have up because you just
Mm,
want to argue like that dude. I
hey,
hope
I
your
bet
mm.
hairline ain't
five
receding
hundred.
like his.
I bet 500
You
that
said what?
Bud was gonna stop Porter.
Well,
I bet
hold up,
BSPD.
Buggers. Hold up, Bugger. What you said, brother?
I say you sound like you just want to argue. That's why you got the icon up of the guy that you have up. It's because you want to argue just like him. I say I hope your hairline ain't receding like his.
You said I got a hairline like his?
He said he
I
hope
said
it's
I
not.
hope you don't.
Shit. I'm trending towards that way, brother. So that's crazy. You predict. That's come on, man. You ain't gotta do me like that, man. You
I
know what I'm
mean
saying? You ain't gotta
coconut
talk about my
oil, bro.
hairline, man.
No,
You
mix
know what
some
I'm saying?
coconut oil and some vitamin E. Mix it
Nah, man,
together.
that shit don't work,
It bring
man. I
it back.
tried everything, man. My shit going away, man. So I said I'm gonna be a bald nigga, man. We gotta
No, it's your
when when
diet.
when
Trust
we
me, it's your
accept when
diet.
we look, here's what I want to tell you, brothers. When we accept the reality, just like with this shit right here, we'll be better off, man. Just I accepted the reality, right? It's genetics is gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say it's out of my control, but I just it's okay. I could be a bald nigga, man. I could be a fly bald nigga, man. But look, let me tell you niggas this, man. I promise y'all. I hope that this shit that I'm saying I'm wrong. Because this shit right here, what I think about this shit, 'cause I think what Canelo's doing is some sucker shit, right? And I give Terrence Crawford all the credit in the world for even wanting to take on this task. And I hope he goes in there and he means what he said, even in a losing effort, bro. And I really hope he don't go in there after the fight and talk that same bullshit Boo Boo was talking about. How he was bigger than me and I don't want to hear that. Just go in there, I lost. That's it. And walk out the ring. I have the ultimate respect for him that I already do now. It may not sound like it because I'm picking against him and I'm down him, whatever the case. Y'all do with that what y'all will, right? This is
Yeah,
just my take on it. Respectfully, man. I respect what y'all brothers up here saying. I understand the reasoning, and this man has built up this amount of respect for people to believe that he gonna win this fight. And I'm not gonna act like I don't understand it. What I don't understand is how some of the logic is getting ignored. That's all I'm saying.
Oh no, I mean the big dude usually beats the smaller dude. That's the normal way throughout history. That's why people want to be bigger and stronger than their opposition. That's why the whole weight bullying thing is a big thing in boxing or fighting period. That's the total reason why. I understand that. My thing is this. I want to see Canelo put out more skill than Bud. Don't just be bigger and stronger than him because you bigger and stronger. I want to see you actually use that with skill. Even if you are bigger and stronger, use your skill and beat Bud so we can enjoy the fight and so we can give both of y'all respect. If Bud go in there and
Wait,
run
wait, wait, wait,
around
wait, wait, wait,
like a
wait.
girl,
Wait. Repeat that last part. Repeat that last part. Give what?
both of them their respect.
Oh no. Hold up. That's where you got the shit fucked up. The only nigga who gonna get respect if he win is Terrence Crawford. Let me let you know that right now. This shit right here. This is in my eyes, because a lot y'all looking at this
If
like
Canelo
Bug
uses
gonna win.
his skill to beat Bud, I'm giving him respect. Especially if he don't
It's
have,
like
he
it's
already got that pepperoni on the bottom of his lip, so he probably got already on the steroids.
look. It's like this. Like, how can I say this shit? Like it's only look. I don't like I already said. I think that Terrence Crawford is more skilled than him, so I don't think it's a scenario where Canelo gonna outskill him. I don't. I think it's gonna be Canelo imposing himself on Terrence Crawford as much crazy as saying, "Oh, Bud strong, he wrestled." All of these things that he does, right? That people are attributing that this is gonna play a role in the fight or whatever, and I understand why they think that. I don't think it's going to be a situation Canelo is. I just think it's going to be the situation that nobody ever thinks is going to happen to Bud, but he's put himself in the ultimate situation where it can happen to him, where somebody just imposes their physical will on him. That's it. The punching power, he can take your power. He's coming right to you. Okay, how are you gonna combat that? What are you gonna do? People saying he's gonna box. He's gonna use his legs. Well, his legs are very aged. They look very aged to me, at least. I don't know about nobody else. His legs look very heavy in his last fight. Now moving up to 168, why would his legs not be even more heavier carrying that new weight that we seen Jamel Charlo, who jumped up, what was it? He skipped 160, jumped to 168. And their bodies are different, but Jamel said it was very difficult for him to carry that weight in that ring, that new weight. He didn't get adjusted to it. These are things, there's a lot of questions going into this Terrence Crawford fight. Well, I don't know. I will have to see. And based off of that, I can't just, in my opinion, blindly say, oh yeah, he gonna win based off of what he's displayed in previous weight classes. This is his first time in this weight class. And his first time at 154, he didn't look stellar. And we're making all of the excuses for why this happened, that, because this guy did this. This is why Terrence Crawford ain't do that.
We
That's all
can't
I'm saying.
we can't base Crawford off one fight. Oh, that's how this fight is gonna turn off because it's a
You're that
completely
no.
different
That
fighter.
you see, you're
This
changing what no. Please don't mistake what I say. Please. I'm saying basically what I'm saying is okay, he fought his first fight at 154, a bigger weight class, which I said would not be easy. And his first fight, it wasn't easy. Whatever anybody's saying, he didn't win easy. But it was 115, 113. Yes, unanimous decision, but it was 115, 113. What I'm saying is, in that first fight in a weight class that he said would be his limit at one point. That's what he said. It looked like it was his limit. Because that nigga that he fought, I guarantee you that nigga does nothing in the division. He's not gonna beat anybody he's done. The same nigga people was hyping up and he got smoked by Virgil Ortiz. Yeah, that nigga's done. This is
I
why I said
mean,
it would be hard for him at 154. It's not gonna be easy, not because I think he's more skilled than all of those dudes at 154. But a lot of those dudes got some skill of their own, plus they're bigger and more physical than the guys he fought at 147. What I'm saying is his first fight at 154, he did not look stellar because I believe he didn't get adjusted to the weight. It's his first time. So why would I think him skipping 160 and going 168, it would be quite different? It won't be, in my
it,
opinion. Why would he look better at 168 than he did at 154? I don't
because
understand that.
look, because this
This is
fight.
Arsenio's wife. Can I interject?
Go for
Yes,
it.
yes, go ahead.
Okay, so Bud is now he's closer to his walk around weight, and he feels comfortable. When he fought Portway Podcast, um, he was playing around with that fight, and
I
then
believe so.
when he noticed when he was down, he was like, "Wait, I'm down." Bud got back in there and handled business.
Right.
So when he fights with skill, not just with
Hmm.
his power. So
Absolutely.
so when Bud goes in a fight, he's already, when he first gets in there, he's like, he's testing the waters to see how they fight, fill him out, and then he goes in and he handles business.
All right.
So I perceive that, I'm not a pro or anything. But I do foresee Bud going in and handling business when he fights Canelo.
And
He's
I
he's
hope that is
working
the
out,
case.
doing his running and all that. His legs are strong. Like he dominates in every skill, every sport that he does.
This is
They're
a bigger
strong.
fight.
They're strong, sister, but they're aged. They are.
Look,
They are.
this a bigger fight than the Majimov fight. It means more for his legacy and everything. So it's not even the
True.
same
True.
mentality that he have going into this Canelo fight. He knows
That's a great point.
he knows way more dollars to prove wrong, and this is his legacy on the line. So he got a completely different mentality going into this fight with Canelo. So I think that makes a difference.
That definitely does, because I will say something I had said before. I didn't say here, but I did see in performances where Bud, I was like, oh, he could have did it a little better. I specifically think the
The
when he got
stage,
dropped by Mean Machine or whatever the fuck, right?
yeah,
That's a fight. Like, oh, okay, whatever happened, nigga, whatever, right? That was a fight, and then people was judging him off of that. Oh, there's no way he beat Errol Spence based off of that. And then look what he did to Errol Spence. So
yeah,
I could did that whole situation with Madrimov. I could be completely overblowing it. Hey, I could be right. And then he goes in there and he smokes Canelo. Maybe so, but I don't think so, man. I don't
Well,
think
you
so.
have people that age or whatever. Some people say age ain't nothing but a number. You have people that'll age or whatnot, but their legs and their age will still be good. They still have their legs because it's all about how you train your body and how you fight through endurance and stuff. So my husband, like, he's not really all that in shape, but his legs and age, he's in shape as far as like his ability. But he's able to dominate people who are even taller and bigger than him and say they have more skill, but his skill actually
Mhm.
dominates theirs. Like taller men talk about, yo, I'm tall, I got this height, I can do all this stuff, but when it comes down to
Here's
it, they're arguing, oh man, I'm so tall, I can't get that low and
here's
stuff like that.
here's also another thing that I haven't seen in a really long time from Terrence Crawford. Right, I haven't seen him because I know something that he wants to establish from whatever round it may be. He wants to establish that, nigga, I could hurt you. Now, I haven't seen him in a situation where he absolutely can't hurt somebody. And now what? I haven't seen him in that situation. I haven't seen him dominate after that situation, is what I'm trying to say, in a really long time. So if he can't hurt Canelo, I don't see this, because his punch output at 54, now this is 54, this is what I could go off of. This is last performance in a new way. His
mhm,
punch output was very lackluster. And I'm not saying Canelo's is crazy, but we know who obviously the judge is going to be favoring, especially if he's hitting Bud harder. We know how that shit go, especially with the two races we got involved, right?
yeah.
What I'm saying is his punch output and the punches that he's gonna have to be very precise, because I don't see him TKOing him and overwhelming him and getting his TK. I don't see that. I think the punch output of both of these fighters are going to be quite similar. That's something that I can almost guarantee.
Canelo throw way less punches than Bud. He throw
Well,
100 more combos.
you're going off of the eye test. That's what we're going off of. Now in this fight particularly, I'm telling you, Bud not gonna be throwing no fucking 40 punches around, bro. It's not gonna happen. 40, 50 punches. It's not gonna happen. And neither is Canelo. It's not because look, listen, man. Listen, brothers. I promise you, man. I want to be the one to be like, yo, look, man, I think Buck could do it. I really want to be that, but I will not ignore the obvious shit in my face. I will not ignore that Bud shot down this fight to begin with. I will not ignore that he's going in a fight and he's been on a year layoff. I will not ignore that he is 37 years old. I will not ignore that he did not look stellar in his first fight at 154. I will not ignore these things, bro. I'm sorry. That's just me. You know what I'm
But look,
saying?
Yeah, I'm
listen,
saying don't ignore it. I'm saying that he has a chance. I'm not saying Bud is going to win. Do I want him to win? Does he have the
Oh,
skill to
do you
win?
see? That's where. Okay, now we're talking about something different. I thought you were saying that he's okay. Then my apologies for whatever assumptions I was making about your assessment. My
Yeah, I'm
apologies.
not saying he's
Okay,
automatically going to win. I'm saying that he has every skill to win. He has every chance to win. He can go in. He can win. I'm
I
saying
think
that
he. Yeah,
I'm
good.
saying his biggest problem is him. The biggest way he's going to lose, for me understanding the mentality of both fighters, the psychology of both fighters, and the skills and abilities from at this point so far of seeing them, Bud will decide if he wins or lose. If Bud lose, it's totally Bud's fault. He had no business jumping up there, up these weight classes and not coming in his best version of himself and staying focused.
I mean, you see, look, man, that's why.
It's simple.
I'm glad you said
deserves
that.
the loss.
No.
He
Pause.
deserves the memes.
I'm
He
glad you
deserves
said
I
that.
told you so.
Hold
He
up.
deserves it because he had no business doing what he ain't supposed to do.
Hold up. I'm glad you said that. This is exactly why he shouldn't be fighting him, because he's, like I say, he's putting himself in a situation where it's very likely he doesn't come in his best self because he's jumping up all these weight classes. He shouldn't be in this fight for us to even throw like the criticism of that on him, because I'm not expecting him to be his 100% self, because this is past the limit of which I think, and he even self-admittedly himself think he can fight at. He said his limit is 154. Subconsciously he knows that, but he's challenging himself. He thinks, the height and all this shit, he had a chance based off of that, whatever the fuck. But subconsciously he knows. He already told us this. That's something else that I'm not ignoring.
Well, what I'm saying is all these things the unknown. There's all these things we saying. We don't know how his legs gonna be. We don't know how his power gonna translate. We don't know if he gonna be able to take the punches. We don't know if he gonna be able to hurt Canelo. Those are all the things everybody questioning. Now, what if he accomplishes all those things? What if his power do translate? He's able to hurt Canelo. He able to take Canelo power. His legs is in good shape. Then what? That's what I'm saying. You can't just count Bud out just because, saying he can't do it. He got to show you. He gonna show you. That's what Bud is all about. He about proving the doubters wrong, saying he can't do something, and to go do it. That's how Bud think, bro. And that's what's gonna get him through this fight and get him to win. Just because people saying he can't do it, that's the mentality he have. So you said he got to show you. He gonna show you. That's what I'm saying.
I hope so, man. But it was good talking to y'all, fellas, man. I'm about to leave work, man. It was good talking to y'all. Hope you have a good rest of y'all day, man. It was good talking box with y'all, brothers. I'm out of here, man.
Yeah, for sure. You too, bro. Peace.
Yes, sir.